Good evening, I am Lian Buan, reporting live here from London in Trafalgar Square. Not far from me is the Buckingham Palace, where there's currently an ongoing reception for the world's VIPs who were invited to witness the coronation of King Charles III tomorrow. There are 2,000 or so VIPs invited by the Buckingham Palace. 100 of them are heads of state, including Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. King Charles is the oldest new monarch, replacing his mother, who was Britain's longest serving monarch, and he will be crowned tomorrow at the Westminster Abbey. Charles is not only the head of state of the United Kingdom, he's also the head of Commonwealth Group, which is comprised of 56 nations. But 36 of those Commonwealth nations have become republics. So Charles is only the head of state of 15 British realms, but there is a strengthening republicanism sentiment among the rest of the Commonwealth nations that are still British realms, especially the Caribbean. King Charles faces a daunting challenge of steering the ship for the royal family, who's again facing another chapter in their history where the relevance of a monarch in a democracy is being questioned. Apart from the exit from royal duties of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and their startling admissions about the inner workings of the royal family and racist tendencies, there's also record high inflation across the United Kingdom and unprecedented strikes across public sectors, including doctors. And this do not put a good image of such a grand ceremony that will cost around 50 to 100 million pounds, according to unofficial sources. And of course, there's also greater transparency around the monarch's wealth. For example, The Guardian has published an explosive investigative series that took them 10 years to put together about the wealth of the British monarch and how much it's costing the British public. King Charles, to his credit, has signaled support into research that will find out the links of the British royals to slavery, and that's why it's fueling also stronger republicanism sentiment among African nations and within the UK also, um, including Scotland and Wales. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is among the heads of state who were invited here as VIP for King Charles's coronation. He flew here Friday with his First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos, and we've been told that Sandro Marcos, his son, was also spotted in the city. Marcos arriving here as a VIP is a remarkable change from his younger years when he spent 8 years here as a boarding school high schooler and a college student in Oxford University, where he flunked his examinations twice in Oxford. He left the United Kingdom without a college degree, went to Wharton supposedly for an MBA, but also did not get a degree there in Wharton. And then he returned to Ilocos Norte to serve as governor and vice governor of the province until his father and the entire family were ousted by the People Power Revolution and sent to exile in Hawaii. This is Marcos's 12th trip in only 1 year since becoming president last year in May. His excessive travels have been questioned by the Filipino public, who is also feeling the brunt of inflation in the country. But his government, including Philippine ambassador to the United Kingdom, Teddy Boy Locsin, defend the trips as being necessary and that he had to be here as part of a continuous Philippine policy. Marcos has promised the Filipino public that all his trips will have a return of investment and he will make a public accounting soon, but it's unclear what kind of return of investment will he take away from attending the coronation of King Charles. But he did say he will meet with British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on the sidelines of the coronation events. Progressive groups led by Anak Bayan has staged a protest in front of the Philippine Embassy, calling on Marcos to raise to Sunak the possible effects on Filipino migrants when the disputed immigration bill is passed by the House of Commons. And the Anak Bayan and allied groups also say that the Philippine government must give more attention to the plight of Filipino migrants over here. We talked to the chairperson of Anak Bayan UK, Chris Godino, and this is what he said about the visit of Marcos, the son of the dictator, for the coronation of King Charles.
I mean, we're not surprised at all. At first place, monarchy is built from imperialist plunder, and Marcos and the Philippine government is complicit to these crimes. No, as we're saying, no, the closest similarity that the Marcos family are to the monarchies, they're both built from stolen wealth.
Tomorrow in London and later today in Manila, the procession from Buckingham Palace will start 10 a.m. London time, and the ceremony proper will start 11 a.m. London time from the Westminster Abbey. This has been Lian Buan reporting from London.